Hi, welcome to Passion Fruit, where passion comes to light. Today we have Janani Sridhar at the studio, and she's a Bharatanatyam dancer and a junior in a high school, but we have a lot more to learn from her. Hi, welcome,
Hi,
Janani.
thank you so much for having me here.
Of course, of course. I would have done the Bharatanatyam way of namaskar, but I'm horrible at it. I cannot dance. So handshake was good enough.
Yeah.
So welcome to the Passion Fruit.
Thank you.
Are you nervous?
A little bit, yeah.
Don't be. So what we want to do today is learn a lot about Janani. She's an amazing talent. Tell me, you are a junior in high school?
Yes, I am.
You look a lot younger.
Yeah, I know.
I used to get that too when I was little. I hear so much about you, and I heard that you've also done an Arangetram in Bharatanatyam.
Yes.
What does it mean to learn Bharatanatyam in United States as a growing up child? I say that because I assume that you were born and raised here.
Yes,
You were.
I was.
Okay.
Yeah.
So were you doing some sort of a activity or gestures at home to indicate to your parents that you love Bharatanatyam, or did that?
Yeah, actually, I do remember elementary school, in New Jersey, I used to practice my mudras in the classroom, or when I was raising my hand, or I'd put my pataka like this and, practice throughout my house. I did get a passion for Bharatanatyam later on, though, because in the beginning, it was just kind of like my mom forcing me to go to class and learning something. But then maybe after like a year or two, and as I was starting to get more mature, then I realized it was like a way to connect to my roots. It sounds cliche, but honestly, like it reminded me of like India, right? Like how to connect to your culture, even though you're in like another country overseas. It's still a way to like embrace your roots and everything.
For you to do mudras at that young age, that means you must have seen something, either in a movie or seen someone dance, or is that something? How did you pick up, or was it just an experimental?
Yeah, I think I watched quite a bit of like songs at home, like Indian songs.
Like filmy songs?
Yeah, film songs.
Of course.
Yeah, and I think I just picked up the interest. I was like, oh, this looks cool, and started copying it at home.
I remember when I was little, we used to watch Saptapadi movie, and that had a lot of, and obviously Shankarabharanam and all these classical movies inspired people.
Yeah.
Your parents or anyone talented in classical music or dances?
I'm actually the first person in my whole family to do so. Yeah.
So your mom had an interest in it?
She had an interest. She wanted to do it, but obviously she didn't have the chance, an opportunity in India, because she's from a remote village. So.
Yeah. If you grew up in New Jersey, was it hard to find gurus in New Jersey to start learning?
There was this culture school. That was my first class. It was taken through there. They had like tabla, veena. They taught like basically every kind of Indian classical like style there, right? They also had Bollywood and everything. In New Jersey, I think there's like a lot of brown population. Yeah. So I think our culture was starting to get introduced, but I feel like earlier on it was hard to find someone like that, right? It's hard to fit in with that like Bharatanatyam and doing like unique extracurriculars that like no one else has heard of.
Correct.
Yeah.
How old were you when you started learning?
I was 5.
5.
Yeah.
So you were actually doing mudras even before 5 years of age?
Yes, I was.
Okay, so I kind of feel like whatever movies that you have watched, it really
It did, yeah.
hit the core. Okay, what is your guru's name? If I should have actually mentioned that at the beginning.
Yeah. So my guru's name is Guru Sudha Damodaran.
So I assume that you have actually continued learning from her?
Yeah, yes, I have. So I was in New Jersey until I was 11, and then I moved here, and I took classes virtually. And her guru was Pushkala Gopal, and then she did her Arangejam under Kalai Mamani KJ Sarasa and Guru Padmani Ravi, and then she kind of was mentored under Kalai Mamani Dr. Srikala Bharat.
Gotcha. So what is your, is it school or dance academy called? Is there a name for it?
It's called Shri Arts.
Shri Arts.
Yeah.
In New Jersey.
Yes. She founded it. My teacher founded it. But first it was only her teaching through culture school and her trying to get, I was one of her first students actually. So
you're the first cohort.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. And then she expanded her domain.
And you continued to learn from her even after moving to Dallas?
Yes, I did. Actually, so we thought it was better for me to continue in person because I was still young.
Yeah.
So I had a lot to learn before my Arangetram. And we looked for some teachers in person and stuff, but nothing really suited like my like style of learning, because I've been learning for 6 years, right?
Yeah.
So switching teachers was kind of hard for me, so I just took virtual.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Was that hard?
It was hard in the beginning because sometimes I couldn't understand what my teacher was saying,
Yeah.
and she couldn't understand what I was doing. And obviously, it was just Zoom, so it was
Yeah.
hard to communicate every like small correction through there. But yeah,
And then seeing your feet and then hands all in Zoom far away also makes a big difference.
It was difficult. Yeah.
In spite of all those challenges, you kept up with that talent. That means that you must have really liked Bharatanatyam.
Yeah. Yeah, it grew on me.
Oh, yeah. So I'll ask you something silly question coming from a person who cannot dance. Were you given an option of Kuchipudi, Bharatanatyam, Kathak, and all these variety arts, or was it just did your mom just say Bharatanatyam it is?
I think she just introduced me to Bharatanatyam because it is popular in Tamil Nadu, right?
Yeah.
Which is where we're from.
Mm-hmm.
So she never like restricted me to only saying, "Oh, you can only do Bharatanatyam." She always encouraged me to like explore what I liked, but something about the costume and how they like did their graceful moves just like appealed to me more than everything else.
Do you find yourself being more expressive after learning dance?
Oh, for sure, yeah. Even at home, like those expressions just come naturally to me now. I know how to I've been learning how to actually express through my eyes and not like speaking and express every emotion like silently. So
you can't have a poker face.
Yeah.
Yeah. So learning in United States, I also grew up here. So us going to elementary school, it doesn't matter what school you're in, either middle school, high school, our lives are busy in school.
Yeah,
they bombard us with a lot of activities, not just school extracurricular activities.
Oh, yeah.
Swimming, soccer, band, you name it, debate, you name it, people would have signed you up for it. Especially if you're good at it, then you'll be definitely placed in it. Apart from that, trying to learn something that's Indianish, and that too very classical, that not many people can take that and transpose that outside of our inside culture, right? You can't take that into Western culture and start talking about it or populating with that. How did you navigate through that? You have to like art so much for you to say, I will hold on to this. And so did that teach you discipline, or how did you prioritize dance?
Oh yeah, for sure. So I knew from middle school I wanted to do medical, right? So I started taking all APs and all like advanced classes. And I did a few extracurriculars like tennis, piano. I took up basically like a lot of classes to like build up my resume. I'm also like looking for research and everything like that. So it's been hard to navigate both of them, but my ultimate dream was to complete my Arengejam. Because seeing all these professional dancers and how they like perform themselves on stage, right? They want to showcase their like years worth of practice and everything like that. So since I've been doing it for 11 years, I wanted to like show everyone like how much I've like learned and improved from an early age. And
what would you say your favorite piece was out of your entire learning? Not that I would know, but I would like to hear.
It would be Sundara Nataraja. Yeah, it's like a folk pieces in Bharatanatyam are really expressive. It's not really like, oh, you have to put your hand a certain way or anything like that. You just express yourself and enjoy, and whatever comes naturally, that's what you perform on stage.
Do you feel like you have better discipline because of arts and appreciation for any arts after learning?
Better discipline?
Yeah. You have to be able to do time management, right?
Time management for sure. Yeah, that's one thing. I had to learn to navigate between extracurriculars, school, household work, and Bharatanatyam, right? Because I was still at a young age. I was still learning every like core value and everything like that. So it did teach me discipline, taught me time management, also taught me how to respect my gurus and everything like that. It taught me like the basic respect of Indian culture, because that's a big thing in our heritage, right? To like, respect our elders and how to pay respect. And yeah.
You think dance taught you that?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
I think it did.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's my first time.
Because
it makes sense, because you always do like Guru Bandhanam and Mata Pita. Okay.
Not only gurus, it taught me how to respect like everything around me. Because the basic step in Bharatanatyam, before you dance, you pray namaskaram to the earth, because you're dancing on earth, right? So
stomping on it.
Yeah, stomping on. Yeah. So that taught me respect and everything.
There's a burning question that I have throughout this, which I also struggled with it. But what is it that keeps you going and wanting to learn this art when you know that after Arangetam, there might be some opportunities to keep learning it or performing it, whatnot. Those are all question marks, right? It's not like there's a platform where you can really relive your talent or pieces that you've learned. So knowing that there might be, I wouldn't say dead end, but there's a stop at some fine line. What kept you wanting to learn it? Did you have plans of practicing it forever for your life?
I want to continue this, like, even in the future, even if I like pursue becoming a doctor and I hold on to that. In the side, I want to teach like kids like me. I want to teach them dance too. I want to pass on that education because I'm not perfect yet, and I still, looking back at my Arangetram video, I'm thinking like, oh, I could have done this better or something like that. So I'm trying to do the best I can, keep learning. There's a lot more to learn for me. Like my dance journey is not over yet. So, but most of all, I just want to pass on the education.
So when did you do your Arangetram? How long ago was it?
So it was this summer in 2020.
Okay, so you still have, okay. Oh, what have you been doing after Arangetram then?
Preparing for SAT. Yeah, that's all.
Slight priority shift.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think you'll do with your dance talent?
So
besides teaching, has a future vision that you have for the kids?
Even now, I've started like a little business, I guess that you could call it. I teach kids in my community dance and music, singing. And I'm also teaching them lessons, like life lessons, like talking about like what are the Bharatanatyam pieces are about, like what gods they're about, what stories they can learn, what morals they have. Because dance is just not just steps, right? It's like more like morals, ethics, and everything like that. And
that's interesting that you say that. It also taught you the morals and ethics. Do you feel like you understand Hinduism better?
Oh, for
because
sure.
of Bharatanatyam?
Yeah, I learned a lot of stories from what I've been dancing, because when you dance, you become that character in the story, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I've learned a lot. Yeah.
Has it always been a single, like a solo dancing, or do you also do like drama type of dancing where you're narrating a story or through a dance with other people?
In New Jersey, when I was younger, we had like, it was not only me, it was a lot of people learning with me. So yeah, we did some Krishna padams.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, where you had to, one person was the demon, one person was the one who was the god, right? So yeah, we did some group dramas and performed that, yeah.
I personally feel like that Shiva Tandavam and all that, it just gives me goosebumps. And then Aigiri Nandini, those type of high vibrational ones, definitely gives me such vibration. So with that said, few minutes ago, you alluded to the fact that you sing.
Yeah.
So you learned, I know you also mentioned about piano. So you've learned piano, music. So I assume it's Carnatic, not Hindustani, right?
Carnatic singing, yes.
Yeah, Carnatic singing.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
How do you do all this talent? So are your parents proud of you?
I think so. Yeah, because they're the ones who put me into these classes, and I've been continuing it for my passion too. But in the beginning, I was doing it to make them happy too. So yeah.
Are you happy that you chose?
Oh yeah, I'm really happy I stuck to it, because looking back, it gave me like so many opportunities, right? Like I'm sitting here now talking about my dance journey and stuff, and I've been able to teach kids and like pass on that like interest and everything. And there's kids who've come to me like the same way as they've been forced by their parents to learn, right? But I've sparked that interest in them too, so that makes me happy.
You mentioned you're from Tamil Nadu. Do you speak Tamil?
Yeah.
Fluently?
Not great, but yeah, I know how to read and write.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, many people, and even in India, who grew up in Tamil Nadu, a lot of them can't write Tamil. They actually write Hindi most of the time. So that's pretty good. Do you feel like learning an art of such actually prompted you to understand and speak Tamil?
Bharatanatyam wasn't really limited to Tamil language, you know. There was a lot of, like, mostly Sanskrit, you know. Yeah, there was a lot of languages.
Okay.
She taught, yeah.
Are you ready for your SAT?
I think so, yeah. Every weekend it's just been constantly preparing. But yeah.
I'll ask you one other question about Bharatanatyam before we go into our final questions. I've also heard many people say once you learn Bharatanatyam, as you age, you tend to have a lot of knee problems and in keeping up with that. Is that true?
Yeah. Even during my Arangetram, I had a knee problem. I had patella tendonitis. Every time I danced, my patella became swollen.
Oh, wow.
So I had to wear a knee brace in practice from Arangetram, and Arangetram is a vigorous practice. And because of my injury, I had to shrink it down by 1/4, and I could still feel that pain and pressure on me, you know.
Wow.
So yeah, you do have a lot of side effects, but I think that comes with every sport.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. The risk of falling, you know, if
Yeah.
you're in other sport here, you don't fall, you just get the aches and pains. I have to commend you for, applaud you actually for choosing an art and sticking to it in spite of all the challenges, right? I'm calling it a challenge, but it's not a challenge, but it's prioritizing. And you will definitely serve as an inspiration for a lot of folks who are watching this. And anyone who's considering or wanting to do something like this, you being born and raised here and have shown a light of this passion that has actually illuminated this light, saying that hey, I don't regret this. I'm actually glad that my parents made me do this. I'm enjoying that. That itself can be an eye-opener for other people who want to try it.
Yeah. It is an inspiration. Just stick to, you know, what you try.
Don't give up.
Don't give up on it.
Show up.
Yeah.
Just show up. Don't give up.
Yeah.
Would you say it's hard?
It is really hard. Even sometimes, like, I wanted to quit, and I was like, I could do something. Even like looking at my friends, like, be like, I can do something better with my time. I can relax during this time instead of practicing. It was hard, but then obviously it's gonna be worth it at the end because you have a new skill, you have a new passion, right?
Yeah,
it's great. Yeah,
and I love the outfits.
yeah, it's beautiful.
Beautiful. Can you sing for us?
Yes, I can.
Am I putting you on the spot?
No.
Okay.
Okay, let me. Rama Kodanda Rama Rama Kalyana Rama Rama Pattavi Rama Rama Saketa Rama Rama Sitapati Rama Nivegati Rama Nikumrokiti Rama Nichejikiti Ramani kavaro jodu, Rama kriganta judu, Ramani vadu, Rama nato matadu, Rama nama me melu, Rama chintane chalu, Rama ninu nannelu, Rama rayade chalu. Rama Kodanda Rama Rama Kalyana Rama Rama Pattavi Rama Rama Saketa Rama.
Wow, great. Do you want to be an otolaryngologist?
Sorry?
Otolaryngologist, the physician who specialty that they look at the voice box.
Oh, that'd be cool. But I want to become an emergency physician in the military.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
My goodness.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Very proud. I have a distant relative who does that. Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
So, yeah, look into otolaryngology.
Yeah, I definitely will.
Thank you so much for being here. And it was a pleasure meeting. I hope you enjoyed the interview.
For sure, yeah. Thank you so much for having me here. It's a great experience.
And thank you. Thanks for watching Passion Fruit. Until next time.